The following live broadcast is rated ESVPG. It's an open forum, and we got some very interesting people on here, so who knows what we're going to say. Good evening, everybody. On tonight's show, we're going to talk about, well, whatever you want to talk about. It's our open forum show, so you got anything on your mind, anything you want to get out in the open, get something off your shoulders, we're here for you. You guys all ready?
Ready.
All right. Well, that's Gabe. So Gabe's good enough. That's all we need.
I think I'm ready.
Love is everywhere. Love is everywhere. Gather together, always together.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Ear Shoulder Voice, where I welcome you to another open forum where we're going to discuss anything you want to discuss. If you've got a topic on your mind, something you want to hear our panel discuss, something you just want to get off your chest, you want to rant, we're here for you. We will discuss it live with you, and we'll talk about some other things too that have been on our mind throughout the week. But I say will and me is, unless my multiple personality disorder comes back, which hopefully it doesn't, it's going to be more than just me. So let's bring in that panel. Our first panelist is, of course, like I said, the staple of the open forums. Please welcome back Anthony. How you doing?
Oh, it's a beautiful day. Beautiful day.
Is it a beautiful day? Beautiful day.
Yes.
That was not convincing.
Oh, okay.
That was not convincing. Is it?
It's been a fun day. It's been
a
it's been a
fun day.
very exciting and eventful and hectic day.
So exciting, eventful, and hectic. Good?
No,
No. So okay. So I'm
I get
sure
to go
we'll
back
just-
to Canada.
You're fucking kidding me.
Nope,
Why?
because I gotta do work.
Okay, this work thing is really getting on my nerves.
It gets on my nerves too. Trust me.
Okay, we got to stop this work thing. It's not helping. It's not very conductive for us. Okay.
It definitely puts a damper on things.
Do you do have to do the whole quarantine stuff and all that again?
I'll find out tomorrow.
You'll find out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, I know Canada's not quite as open as we are right now, and a lot of this area's wanting to shut down again too. We'll actually touch on that in a little bit too. Please welcome our next guest to the show. We've got Gabriel. Gabriel, how you doing? You're
Good,
an
how are you?
Forum staple too. I'm alive. I'm kicking. I'm doing really well. So
Excellent.
what's been going on in your week?
Nothing. Just went to Dave and Buster's today, which was good.
Nice.
I worked the system and managed to get a lot of tickets.
Work the system. What do
Yes.
you mean work the system?
So there's one game in it that is you could play up to 4 players, but 2 of the things are broken. It's Hungry Hippos, and it's like a version that you can ride, and then you do the Hungry Hippos. Yes.
Okay, I've got to go to Dave and Buster's.
Let's go.
I don't
So-
know. I think I'm going to do that. The hypo's going to be like,
So everything in there basically costs like 7 credits, right, to do it, and generally it gives you like 20 tickets. So if you play 2 players, which I was playing with my daughter, and on the same card, so we both win the tickets, the second place gets 200, and the first place gets 400 tickets.
And the other 2 aren't playing, so guaranteed you're going to keep making tickets.
Exactly. So
All right, you little thief. Good to have you.
Yes.
But an honest thief. Please welcome our next panelist. You see him in the chat a long time, and he's the reason sometimes we rate these shows are. Here is Bill the King. How you doing?
how's it going?
I'm alive.
All right,
All right.
that's good. That's good because we've had when we have dead panelists, it just the conversation goes nowhere.
Yeah.
It does
True.
usually.
I've been dog sitting and house sitting for the last 4 days.
Oh, so fun.
So they need someone to watch the dog, which I have no problem with the dog, but the girls had a leak over here in the basement, and that's where I'm sitting down here in the dungeon. Kathy has the air set at 65 and has the thermostat locked out where I can't change it, so I'm frosting my ass off downstairs, which is better than outside right now.
Yeah.
It's locked out, so you can't change it.
Right.
It's like a
Just-
smart thermostat.
Yep, she's got it on her phone, so
Oh,
the button on the thing don't work whenever she sets it.
not so smart.
Okay, not to be
See-
sexist or anything, isn't thermostat supposed to be in control? The guy is supposed to control that, right?
I don't live here. I just stay here.
Oh, I gotcha. That should definitely be something that's open if you're just staying watching the dogs. 65 is cold. I couldn't keep my house that cold.
Yeah.
Especially in the basement.
Yeah, because the basement's like my basement. I'll keep my house at 72. My basement's usually like 68 at least.
Right.
You know, because it always drops down there. Except for when I go to a hotel. If I go to a hotel, I want the AC kicked up full blast.
Yeah,
Well,
you gotta.
you're not paying for it.
Right.
You got to get your money's worth.
I always end up turning it down like halfway through the night because I think I'm compensating, and then it's just too much at that point.
So how is everybody out there, by the way, today? If you have anything, we don't really have a lot of viewers yet. Hopefully we'll get a few more in a minute. But if anybody has anything they want to talk about, feel free to let us know. We'll talk about any topics that are going on. We really didn't have anything central this time, which is fine. I don't
Well,
think.
we can talk about leaks. We can talk about flooding because it's starting to get kind of ridiculous out there.
Is it now?
Yes.
Dearborn hit for the third time in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, yesterday, the tornado warning was it hit Armada, and there was a tornado warning down here until 10 o'clock. So we were just downstairs for a couple minutes, and then I sort of watched.
I heard it as I was actually leaving my house to go to work.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's cool. That's about right.
Well, the funniest thing is everybody gets a notification for the tornado warning, right? So I'm looking outside, and it's getting dark and ominous, and then I see two people with their kids run into the playground. Like, now is the best time to go play.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, I don't see a problem
And there's
with
lightning. There's lightning in the back. Like, no?
No, my mom let me and my brother play all the time in the storms like that. It was like, if it gets green and you see the funnel and it's about to hit the house, get into the bathroom. We didn't have a basement.
Okay.
But other than that, we could sit on the roof and watch the storm, watch the tornadoes or anything like that. She took us down to Oklahoma to Tornado Alley. Well, the whole thing is considered Tornado Alley. But took us down to watch the tornadoes during one of the storms, and she pointed out a tornado. Oh, yeah, you can just watch them. I've never had a fear or anything of them because of that. But she was like, oh, no, storms are great. Storms won't hurt you. And that was fun. I remember a lot of that.
Yeah. And I want my kid to enjoy sort of those moments, but obviously from a safe distance.
No, I get that. I get the safety precautions. You know, the schools used to make us go and take protective cover and shit. So
Right.
I get that too. But no, I love it. I absolutely loved that she eliminated my fear of storms, honestly, for the most part. But she also instilled when to actually be concerned
Sure.
Yeah.
with it. And so, like lightning, thunder, all that doesn't bother me. I try to get it to my dogs. What about you, Bill? Because you were like shaking your head.
My family, all my relatives, Western Kentucky. So, I mean, my summers down there, I've been through 3 tornadoes.
Yeah.
My aunt was more scared of when the lightning was striking because you could see it hitting the fields out back.
Yeah.
When the lightning was hitting the ground, she's like, get in here. And I actually sat in my grandmother's kitchen the one day, and I just heard, I was little, and I heard boom, and my dad was like, hey, come in here. Come in here. The lightning had ran through the door and struck the stove that was sitting next to me.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And my dad was just like, come in here. Nonchalant,
Wow.
I got something to show you. Yeah, lightning, the electrical storms. I love to watch like electrical storms, but those are the only ones that really kind of freak me out a little bit. When you get those really heavy electrical storms, because I just don't trust lightning, and the odds are I'm in a pool.
Well,
So
down there
it's-
they put the lightning rods out, in the field and stuff, so it does go strike the field. But they're always afraid of the way it's going to run. So
Yeah, it's still going to hit or hurt. What about you, Anthony? What's your thoughts?
It doesn't bother me. Last time I was in Canada, we had a tornado warning, and I was up in
Oh,
a
they have
hotel
them up
room.
there?
Yeah, one touchdown on one of the islands over just south of Canada.
They don't have weather in Canada.
I didn't think
Haven't
they
you
had.
heard?
I was just going to say I didn't think they had weather up there.
It's been
I started saying I didn't know Canada was important enough to have a tornado or anything. So
weather's currently not allowed in the borders of Canada right now. So
I thought you just walked outside your door and say, "Hey, looks like a tornado, eh?" Yep.
Well, no, I was
right.
in bed, ready to go to sleep, and the emergency alert went off, and I'm like, really? Ah, fuck it. If it takes me, it takes me. I'm going back to bed. Just fell back to sleep.
But do you want to die in Canada?
You really?
If I
Well,
was asleep, I wouldn't really
honestly-
know.
Yeah, it's true.
I just didn't want to get up out of bed and go hang out in like the fucking stairwell, and
Right, yeah.
Hey, it could have just like brought you back here.
it really
right
could have. I
over
was
the border.
close enough. Yeah.
Could have just taken you over the river.
Yeah, but it
So-
could be better than being in Canada north of Minnesota over there for like in the wintertime whenever we have a blizzard coming, it's going to drop 12 feet of snow, and the Canadians just look at you and go, we're about to have a big blizzard, you want a beer?
Right. That's what I said. I thought it was just like, oh, yeah, okay, no problem. Pretty much if you're not in Florida, you're safe. Florida's the one that gets fucked on everything.
Yeah.
But yet everybody moves down there.
Just the
Between that
crazies.
and Arizona. Well, yeah, if you're just on the verge of going crazy, it's Arizona. If you've gone crazy, it's Florida.
Right.
That's what it is. Okay.
Howdy, Danny. How you doing? How's your week been going? Well, that's what it is. That's okay. Don't do it like that. That's just mean, man. That's mean.
What?
You're mean.
Me?
You.
Why am I mean?
I don't know. I just thought you would be. So what's going on with you, Bill? What else? Anything interesting besides dog sitting? Anything exciting?
Well, this is the dog sitting. This is how it goes. She just like laying here.
I just
Doesn't
see
care.
the black, but I imagine. See, I wish I had that because I'm sure you'll hear my dog shortly. I got one behind me, but the other one I think is sleeping in the living room, so I'm safe.
Yeah, we saw him.
Well, I threatened
Mine's
her
laying
with
in the
bodily
doorway.
harm, so she's laying down now. So
Hey, what's that? This looks like you set that up a little differently behind you, that shelving. Anyway, it's nice. Danny says, she's been laid off for 2 weeks. Still got 2 weeks to go. Sorry you're laid off. Hopefully it is just that month. Does it have anything to do with, it's just summertime? Yeah, summertime's nice. Movies are coming back. Movies are finally back. Theaters are starting to do their thing. And has anybody seen any movies in theaters lately?
No.
No.
It's been years since I've gone to a theater.
I was going to go see theaters, but I realized I've seen them all recently, all the movies that are currently out on something called Plex.
I've been watching them on Ultra, and everything that comes out is on Ultra. So
I don't know what you're
I just
talking
watched
about.
the Hitman's Wife's
Bodyguard.
Bodyguard.
How was
Oh,
that?
I wanted to see that.
Apparently it's on
Yeah, if you
Plex.
download
I believe
it,
it.
it's
I
all
believe,
Ultra.
I believe
Got
it is.
everything.
I don't need any legal trouble, thank you.
Sure.
I was like,
All they
All
do
right.
is they kill the app after a while. So
Danny says no chip shortage and something else. Oh, is that why you're out for the chip shortage? What do you do, Danny? The chip shortage. I didn't know that you were in something that would affect.
Automotive?
she works for the automotive
Good guess.
companies now.
Oh yeah, I for some reason I forgot that. She must. Apparently, everybody else paid attention.
Superconductor.
Are you gonna rent the new Purge tonight? Don't.
Yeah.
Honestly, what I was going to say with the movies coming out, the movies have sucked, the new ones, and I don't know why they're sucking so bad lately. There's been a few that were okay.
I like Black Widow.
I thought that was absolutely awful
Really?
for a Marvel
I
movie.
didn't like it.
Yeah,
I didn't like it.
I just like
It was so
that.
slow at the beginning. It's just like you're ready to go to sleep
yeah.
already.
And it was supposed to be an origin story, and try to keep it spoiler free, but literally, it's like 15 minutes of her as a girl. Next thing you know, boom, she's Black Widow.
Yeah.
There's like no
Right.
build up. Honestly, Allison says she wants to see Old, and I kind of want to see Old if it wasn't for that M. Night Shyamalan aspect. Just because he did Sixth Sense and everything else is going to be awesome because of it. But I kind of want to see Old too. I heard it was disappointing, but I never trust anything critics say as far as that goes.
Yeah.
That's out right now. I was going to actually see it. I've been going to a theater a lot, like trying to see everything that comes out. Whether this Plex thing you're referring to has it or not, I try to go to the theater to see it.
Sure.
I'd just rather be comfy at home.
I enjoy that as well.
See, what about the majesty of going to theaters? Anthony, you said it's been a few years. Do you just not go anymore at all? Or is it because of... Correct.
I'd rather lay on my couch and watch a movie. I mean, I don't have a problem going to the movies, but I'm not one to go to the movies by myself, right? I refuse to pay money to watch a movie alone when I can do that in my house and not have to listen to the other people in the theater.
Right.
I would agree with that. I like 10 years ago. I think that theaters have come so far, at least in my area, when it comes to like the Imagines and the MJRs. They're well done. They're well maintained. People are not annoying most of the time. But I also don't go to these late night shows. Like I'm always going to the afternoon matinees because I'm old.
Well, yeah, I can't really go to afternoon matinees
Yeah.
unless it's on the weekend. But then there's really no point because everyone's going to those.
But they've also, they've refurbished all of these theaters in order to make it more like the home experience, where you can recline in these nice chairs.
That's what I mean.
and,
They've done
Yeah.
so much.
and
But
which
I
is
don't pay
great.
$15 for popcorn at home, though.
True.
I'm
I
a
think
cheap
it's
ass.
part of the experience.
Which
I
is
admit
great.
it's expensive, but I think it's just part of the experience. I mean, concessions have always been like triple the cost of the tickets. It's always been ridiculous. Allison says she loves M. Night Shyamalan, which I have hope for him. Every single movie he does, I have hope that, okay, this is going to be good twist ending. But then I go, wait a minute, he's had one in like 12 that was a surprise twist. But
Yeah,
he tried repeatedly.
he
Science was good.
Science was good, but the twist was stupid.
yeah.
They water kills the aliens.
Conveniently,
Earth is
Right.
how
kid
much
doesn't
percent
put
of
his water bottles
Right.
away.
Right.
How much
and
water is in the air?
Phoenix swing a baseball bat.
Right, and the aliens weren't like, "Oh, that planet might be a bad idea to go
Yeah.
visit
Yeah.
because it's
Right, he's
80%
standing in the room
water."
with 70 glasses of water around him, and he knows water's bad for him. So
Right.
That's why
Yep.
it's most of his twists, if you look back at them, they were really stupid twists, like the water. If you look back at it and go, well, wait a minute, they invaded a planet that's 70-80% water.
So was it more convenient? Was it more of a sign that Abigail Breslin left glasses of water everywhere, or is it more of a sign that everybody in that fucking house is a pig for not cleaning up all of those glasses that are everywhere that they
He
never
was
clean
like
the
a
house?
single father, so I'm gonna say he's a pig.
Yeah,
That's pretty much how that
he
works.
just let it go.
it was
Allison
Mel
Reeves-
Gibson. Come on, seriously.
See, Village. I guessed the ending of that movie
I was just
in
gonna say.
in the trailer. I was like, "Oh, this is this." Yeah.
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 Yeah, we can spoil. It's been out long enough. You haven't seen it. You have no intention of seeing it.
Yeah, that's
So-
what I said. I said, as soon as I saw that trailer, I'm like, they're Amish. And I was right.
I love that that's the twist that you saw coming.
They're out.
Oh my god, they turned out to be Amish. Mm-hmm. Wow.
What was it?
Joe says work sucks. Laugh my ass off. People don't know how to do their job. Oh god, is that ever true? And what I'm finding out lately, though, nobody wants to do the job. Nobody wants to work. Nobody
Oh,
wants
boy.
to go out and get shit done.
Why
it
would
is.
they?
Right. They keep getting it
They're
for
getting
free.
paid to sit at home. Why would they want to go out?
Because it feels good.
Not
I'll be
for
honest.
everybody.
That's the biggest thing that I had against it when I was because I'm a self-employed gig worker. I had to collect unemployment too, and
Sure.
the biggest thing I wanted to go out and work. Like I can't stand just sitting at home doing nothing. There's times I like it, but I usually can't stand it.
And there's plenty of people on that side of things, of course. They want to get back. They want to feel relevant. They want to produce something. It makes them move forward, you know. But I've talked to a lot of people because, you know, I never stopped working. And I had talked to a lot of customers. And one of them was like, yeah, we had this guy started at the shop. He worked just long enough to qualify for unemployment. And then he stopped showing up. And that's not quitting,
no,
you know?
no. If you just stop showing up.
Right.
And basically, it's almost forcing them to fire you.
And then you get that extra 300.
Right. Joe also says he just got hired at 16 an hour at Speedway. And see, that's kind of the problem we're running into. Without going into the minimum wage gap that we've talked about before, whether you deserve it or not, the reason these places are hiring it so much is because they can't get anybody. They have to compete with unemployment.
Yeah.
Right.
And whereas legitimate for some people, it is those people taking advantage are hurting anything like this from ever being able to happen again.
Right. And
Well, they just changed the guidelines for the unemployment here in Michigan, and it doesn't even say
Wow.
anything. Though, from what I read the other day, all it says is, "Has this affected you? Can you not go to work?" Blah blah blah. It doesn't even ask you if you had a job previously. Where were you working? Where was the place at? Or anything like that. It just asks you 6 general questions, and if you hit 4 of them, they give you unemployment now for the extended
Yeah.
period until the end of September, which they may extend that again now, I guess, from what I hear.
That's
so
what
stupid.
It's actually people in my position typically, or gig workers, that have made this so easy to take advantage of. Because often you cannot prove your income. We're in a very hard bracket of trying to prove our income, and no, I'm not saying it's right to, I guess, cheat Uncle Sam, but pretty much everybody in a gig working or contracted position does not claim everything they make. Proving income is very difficult.
the word is out too on how to do it.
Yeah.
Everybody's knows how to do it. Plus, you have
They don't have to put anything about themselves on there or anything like that, and they get
No.
a minimum, I think, of $162 a week.
Yep.
the fact that a large population of of everybody in the world has been working remotely for over a year, well over a year. They've gotten very comfortable in that, and the longer you spend with people working at home, the less likely they're going to want to go back into an office.
Yeah. So you've got places that are like, okay, time to come back to the office. No,
Right.
fuck you.
Yep.
Joe says they worked 80 hours in 3.5 days. I have a little problem believing that extent of it to a point, because if I'm correct, there's only 84 hours in 3.5 days, I think. So I'm going to say there's probably some labor law issues there if that's the case. To be working that much, because that's like 4 hours off in 3 days, and they can't technically do that. But I'm sure that everybody there
But
was
they get
working.
free fountain drinks.
That is true, and they could probably just grab those 5-hour energies, so they'll be fine.
Yeah.
Everyone's just hired quit already, and now I got to find a new vehicle to get around. Hey, at least you're making the move. At least you're trying. At least you're
Right.
trying to get a stable job. You're trying to get something going, and you're trying to get out there. The problem is a lot of the people out there that just aren't.
Yeah.
And it's hurting people, and it's hurting me, but it's going to end for a lot of people, and it sucks because at least like in my industry where it is going to end, a lot of bars are choosing not to have entertainment still. That directly affects me. But because of these fucking assholes that are trying to take advantage of the system, they have to do something, and I fully support that as well.
Yeah.
But it really hurts on there. Morgan's here. Morgan says she worked at Speedway. You'll get fired if you take a fountain drink without paying. Really?
Oh. Do you get
That's
free
pretty
refill?
harsh. So you can just take the cup and...
Well, you can pay for one, and then as long as you get free refills, it's not too bad.
What about griller menu items?
I don't know.
I use a Speedway card.
They don't want that.
Can you take the really old hot dogs?
I used to go there and ask for them. I would always show up at 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, you got any of that old meat, those hot dogs or anything you're about to throw away? Because I used to bring them home to my dog.
Oh, there you go.
So I'd see it every time. But they always looked at
7-Eleven.
me like, "Oh, you're a fat guy. You just want to eat this shit."
Right.
I'm like,
I used
Like
to
I'm
do it at
dumpster diving
7-Eleven
for
and go on there.
donuts.
It's like, this has been on here for a while. You got to feed the dogs.
that's really weird that you can't take the fountain drink. I don't know if it's changed over the years, but back when I did work in fast food and stuff like that, drinks was something that was always included. If they had a fountain machine, you could pretty much have whatever you wanted out of it. But that's ridiculous. Joe Greasers. Morgan says, I used to work there. Haha, yes, you have to keep your receipt taped to it and no free refills.
Fuck that shit.
Right.
And I like
It's a
Speedway
fountain
so
drink.
much.
It costs like 6 cents. What the hell?
That's what I mean. Their employees should be able to get a fountain
Yeah,
drink.
I've
Right.
never known anybody that has worked in an industry where there's a fountain machine and employees have to pay.
I mean, I get exploiting it. Like if you're drinking 64 ounces, like
Yeah, there
every
can
hour,
be limited to a drink,
One a
drink
day.
every 4
Right.
hours.
You got
One a day,
nine-
2 a day.
9 bathroom breaks, that type of thing. Then maybe it's time to curb it. But yeah,
Yeah,
Give
that
them
sucks.
liquids.
I want to boycott Speedway, but I just couldn't. Like, I just can't boycott Speedway. I love
those
Speedway
speedy
way too
rewards.
much.
Yeah, those speedy rewards. They'll get
Right.
you.
Yeah, Joe says you got to use points or pay. Nothing is free. Well, it should be in that case. These people are bringing you business. They are the reason you're allowed to stay open. You should take care of them. Just like I said when I had my little rant about the entertainment industry. All your employees that are working for you are keeping you open. Treat them right. Treat them with respect. When you fail to do that, you'll fail your business. I know it's hard for you, but it's harder for those employees. And they're choosing you to help a business grow. And you should really respect that and take care of them. I'm sure
See-
Comcast does it with you, right, Gabe?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Just not with
Sure.
the customers themselves.
No, yeah, we won't go there. They've treated me very well. Even I mean, truthfully, it's with like 2008, everything tanked. Never went less than 40 hours. They took care of me then. They took care of me now. I ended up taking 3 months off. So I've been doing this job for so long, I don't have to think about it anymore. And I've got good supervisor, and it's all about your own situation in that. But I mean, I can't complain, man. They've treated me
That's
real
good, though. That's good. I wish Comcast treated their customers as good as their employees, apparently. But
Yeah,
do you have a hard time with that? I mean, do you, as an employee in Comcast, I'm curious, do you see the way they often treat their customers is not well, or do you think they do a great job? Not you personally, but the company.
So I think it comes down to, like call centers, right? So you have the biggest issue is
Back to you in a second, Mark.
you have call centers that are sort of scattered around, and different divisions sort of have different policies. So someone might set up something over here, and that would, like installs and things like that take place in this area, like Boston or something like that. But they don't follow the same procedures in a different city like Detroit or something like that. And that's where you sort of get that confusion. Plus, right now what we're dealing with massively is overgrowth. So DTE used to take care of the pole lines pretty good because they own all of the poles, and we sort of lease room off of them for our services. They supply power to us. They're supposed to cut down all of the overgrowth.
So all customers, pretty much, what you're saying is, it's a division they're dealing with. It's not the company itself. Pretty much.
Right, because if it's just sort of the confusion of
And you don't.
either
But
something
you've
being
seen-
set up wrong, and you got to keep in mind 80% of the stuff going bad out there is because of animals. Animal chew, squirrels, things like that.
I disagree with that statement, but it might be true. I know when mine goes down, a lot of times there's nothing to do with that issue, and I've had it go down constantly with them. Now, don't get me wrong, to air, it happens. Things do go up and down. But I've the way they've charged customers, I've seen the way they take advantage. I guess Comcast Business is a totally separate entity. Even it's not even actually a part of Comcast. And they're ridiculous in how they charge. And I just wonder, was there like ever a morals clause? Like the company is taking so good to you, but you don't like the way that company takes care of the customers. And to anybody out there who's ever dealt with something like that. So I will get Anthony back in a second. He said to leave for a minute, so he'll be back. We're going to continue on here for a minute. Morgan says you have to pay for everything. You can't even eat what they throw away. Back to that. That's bullshit. If they throw it away, you should be able to eat it. And this is coming from a fat guy. Okay.
It's surprising because I thought that I saw an advertisement for hiring at a Speedway recently, and I thought one of the perks was that you could get sort of, those were the perks. You get free drinks and things like that.
Right. That's what I always thought it should be. Joe says he plays for his large drink. Allie says she used to get 2 free shift drinks working at the Kit Kat, one of the bars that I currently work at that she used to work at as well. And it actually started, you used to be able to drink as much as you wanted. Obviously, not a good idea in any bar. Because the employees will get as drunk as they fucking can.
Yeah.
I mean, that I get. And the 2 drinks are okay. They don't even allow that anymore. There's not even like shift drinks like that. You can kind of have them afterwards, but that's a lot of bars are cutting that out too. But that's also alcohol involved on your drinks,
Yeah, that's different.
which I get.
I mean, I worked the doors at the bars and stuff. And I mean, I'd walk in and get a shot, do the shot, go sit back at the door and stuff. And I ran the floor and told all the bouncers what to do. But it hit 1 o'clock in the morning. I was hammered. I was like, you guys just throw them all out, and I don't care.
Right. Right. I mean, fortunately, as entertainment, I can usually drink as much as I want at most bars. But actually, a lot of the DJs that work for me cannot drink as much. You know, they are limited as well because they don't know how to control it. And I think that comes from just having control enough times. Because sometimes I do go overboard. I don't mean to. Usually it has to do with certain people that show up in my bar and that'll do rounds of shots. Don't even look weird like that, Anthony.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Morgan says she worked there 4 years and they didn't give you anything free back to the Speedway. They do let you pay the refill price instead of keep paying for a new one. Haha, they are so fucking generous over there. No wonder they can offer so much shit to their customers. That's kind of the opposite of what I was talking about with Gabe. This is one where Speedway, I do think, takes care of the customer. I mean, there are so many reward programs, so many aspects. I pretty much only go to Speedway. Because, like, Christmas time, I can go up to Speedway and get, like, $400 or $500 in gift cards just from what I did for the year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's crazy. That does my Christmas shopping, but apparently not taking care of the employees is a worse issue. Joe says he just cleaned the whole store on his first day, literally. Well, that's good. Now you know where everything is. That's smart. And Jan says Walmart sucks too. You get $15 an hour, but you got to know the whole store. Do you really at Walmart? Do you really need to know the whole store? Because I've been through Walmart and I find milk in the socks section.
I've had people literally walk the other way when I'm trying to get their help.
Right.
Like they're like, it's like a game of tag.
People always use McDonald's as the thing, but if you're ever talking about people don't deserve $15 an hour, Walmart will probably be the store to use for an example. Because it is an inconvenience to help you in any way at Walmart. And they don't know shit.
Well, the funny thing is, I went there to refill those pop things. You know, you can make your own pop soda stream. Because I ran out of CO2 cartridge, right? So, you know, there's a big display that has you, so that you can turn in the old ones, kind of like a propane tank. You get, and then you can get refills at a cheaper price, as long as you're turning in the old one. Mm-hmm. Nobody there knew how to do it. Nobody. And then I ran through self-service. Lady's like, I don't know what to do here, and I wouldn't feel comfortable doing it. Like, look at that sign right there that says this, and follow that. Or can we talk to anybody in the store that might know one of your products and how it works?
And they don't.
Yeah.
Allison says Home Depot as well. And that's a good point, too, because Home Depot used to be known. They were like Radio Shack. We got questions, we got answers. And Home Depot was there to help, and they were so knowledgeable about everything. But now I see Home Depot, like, ducking around people. Mm-hmm. Like, seeing customers, like, going down aisles to avoid them or doing what they can to avoid talking or having questions. And it probably has to do with, again, they have to hire people that don't have the knowledge but are at least willing to work.
Right. Yeah. They're sort of taking everybody at that point.
Yeah. But yeah, it's lost some of the aspects. And I was one of those people that said leave me alone when I was shopping, but there's certain things, and actually Home Depot is one of them where I like to have somebody there because I don't know like a lot about electricity. I know basic electricity, but then I'll see things, you know, you got 100 different outlets. I'm like, okay, now, can I use this and this? And I don't know. So I like asking somebody. And they don't know shit anymore. But if I go like Best Buy or some shit like that, I'm like, leave me alone. Or I fuck with them. You know, which is one of my favorite things to do when you know like everything about it.
Pretend to be dumb. What does this do?
Yeah. Yep, and everyone is a duster in Gone Depot. I like that. Gone Depot. Joe says I'm my fault that he goes to Speedway, which you're welcome, and now he works there. But Morgan here, Morgan says that she's an EMT and they're making 11 to 12 an hour.
Wow.
And again, I don't want to get into the minimum wage gap, but this is where the problem is. And you were an EMT before Corona and everything, right? Prior to all that, Morgan. Because if you were, then that's why they're not giving you the raise. Like, I don't know, are they hiring new people at Moore? Did you just like flip off the camera, Anthony?
That was my cigarette butt.
Oh, that's cruel. All right. That's cruel. Those that do not notice here, I still am not smoking since July 4th.
Hey, nice,
Here, you can look at my dog.
It's all
nice
right.
backyard. Nice
You can't
brickwork.
just avoid it, Keith. You need to see it and know you can't have it.
Oh, I
You
see
can-
it all the time. I actually do smoke a couple cigarettes when I go to the bar on Thursdays because my friends are there.
Yeah.
And that's it. But outside the bar, not even one. Outside of those nights, not even one. And only Thursdays, too,
Yeah.
for the most part. I had one when I was down at Quickie doing a setup show. But yeah, so it's just huge for me because I'm a chain smoker in everything I do. Even on the show, people know I'm a chain smoker. Oh, sorry about that. I like Gone Depot better, Allison, by the way. I thought that was funny. I thought you did that on purpose. Why'd you correct it? Home Depot does that a lot on Hoover.
Yeah.
I'm taking you guys on my bike ride. All right.
Very good.
I'm glad we can be company to that. Yeah, so Morgan says, yeah, she worked during COVID to EMS, and no, not hiring, but there's a huge EMS shortage. So they're looking.
Yeah,
And
it
that-
is a shame that the people that have been working throughout this whole thing seem to get gypped out of it when they show the most responsibility. Not to say, that people couldn't, do that. No, the people that were collecting unemployment, I'm sure there were certain circumstances for it, but, they should have definitely done something to incentivize or to reward people.
What is that, Bill?
Huh?
What is that?
You just
Oh,
not
this
noticing that?
is Mr. Boston Peppermint Schnapps.
Nice. I never caught him actually taking a sip of it. Actually, at that point. See, my question, because of Morgan's issue here, how is it that most EMS drivers and most people that do that for a living or work in the EMS department are paid so little when it is their job to save your life, but doctors are paid a ridiculous amount to save your life? They're
Part of
both
it has to
performing
do
the
with
same
your
function.
unions and stuff like that, because the firefighters
Welcome back.
who are the EMS guys, they get paid the money. People who are EMS outside the firefighter situation, like we've got one over at 9.5 Dequinder that they play out and cover everything after that. And I've known a ton of girls, most of them that used to work at the titty bars. Brandy, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. But they became EMS. They became EMS. I helped them study for their everything like that. And they got into it, thought it was going to be great, lead to something. But the thing is, you go work for the small companies for the EMS, most of the time you don't go anywhere.
So when it comes to EMTs, is the limitation where you're not doing any cutting or anything like that? You're just sort of, trying to recess people or stabilize them through the basics.
She just said, she kind of answered that a little bit on there. Going to go there. But she said, watching you guys on my 48-hour shift right now. And that's the thing, the kind of shifts that these people work are ridiculous.
Right. Yeah.
Morgan says more schooling is what they would say. EMS and fire make really good money because they are technically working two jobs at one time. I got what you're saying on that. But some more schooling. But I think there's got to be something. There's got to be something done to, I don't know how to say it, but balance out the necessity of the job. Like, we're talking about people's lives, and to me, that is worth paying for.
Yeah.
Sure.
But yet, the EMT like Morgan here is making $14 an hour, or sorry, $12 an hour, 11 or $12 an hour. We're paying a lot more for that ambulance ride.
Oh,
We're
for sure.
paying a lot more for all that shit. We're paying up the ass for all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Ambulance ride around here, it costs $650 to go 2 miles.
Jesus.
Actually,
ER
2.5
visits.
miles, but yeah.
Like
Jan says, hi,
$1,200.
Pat. Hi, Pat, wherever you are. Hi, Pat. And Joe says, as Kristen would say, it's Dumb Depot. Back to Home Depot. Yeah. And they are. They used to be good. I used to love Home Depot. I still do because it's like a giant toy store.
Indeed. I bought a
they are,
Dremel recently. Don't know what I'm going to do with it.
Those are so fun.
You can Dremel.
I could.
I get a Dremel. I just have to Dremel with like everything. I'm like,
I'm
ooh,
gonna
we'll cut
I'm
through
gonna
this.
File
We'll
down
cut through
everything.
this.
I use it
Yeah.
to trim Sadie's nails.
There you go.
That's what I used to use. I don't use it for the current dogs. My old dog, I used to use a Dremel tool for it. It
So
worked
much
really
easier.
well.
I'm
Almost
always
like-
afraid of cutting too much when I use like the clippers.
Sure.
Well,
So
you got
with the grinder, it's perfect.
the pet petties, I forget what they're called, but they have little ones for pets that do it, and all they are Dremel tools.
If you
They
just
got a
drag them
safety.
across the cement for an hour, it burns their nails down. It's fine.
All right. That's one way to do it.
And they have you dog sitting, is that correct?
He is. He is. Right here.
All emails can be sent towards Bill the King via any message.
Look at the nails.
So
This
Morgan
is my
says
Annie, and I love her to death. But she's a bitch.
she is cute though. Morgan says we can incubate people, we can do needle decompressions, we can cut your throat open and put a tube in, we can do some medical procedures, we give multiple medications, get them in morphine, and have a box with more than 20 medications.
That deserves
I'd
more
say,
than
yeah,
$11 to
$11
$12 an
That's what I
hour.
was just gonna say.
And
And
especially
you're making less than somebody who can't remember to put ketchup on your burger.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know.
and it's funny because when they talk about, not to get too much into the $15 minimum wage, but when they
Right.
talk about it, they don't even talk about EMTs and, that. They
Right.
talk about the fast food workers and the grocery
Right.
store workers and the people that, I don't really think
But
all of them
EMTs
should
are
make that much.
potentially saving your life.
Exactly. I have no
Right.
problem EMTs making $30
That's
an
what
hour.
I'm saying.
Exactly.
I think
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
sure.
if there was ever an industry that deserved the money,
Mm-hmm.
it's the EMTs.
yeah.
Because let's face it, you're only getting paid if you do your job. If
I
I
mean, I thought you were
die,
going to say karaoke host.
Those two.
no, kind of. You know what? Why not? Yes, we deserve it as well. Morgan says we need to be able to read all ECG heart rhythms. We can shock people. We have. How is this not schooling? No electrical doses. Paramedics make about 16, 17 an hour and do everything above that.
Jesus.
Yeah, there's definitely a problem with the amount that insurance companies charge. The whole reason insurance companies charge people so much and pay out so much is because the doctors and the actual surgeons and the specialists in the field are paid ridiculous amounts of money. So they have to cut in certain places and stuff like that. Like most doctors and surgeons, I mean, you're talking $200,000-$300,000 or more for certain operations.
Yeah.
Yes, it is a specialty operation, but as a life and death, you are actually charging more based on the need than your qualifications, I believe.
And there's so many tiers of middle management and resellers and things like that involved, and that drives up all the pricing.
We haven't heard any philosophical stuff yet. I wonder if Formal's around. I was like,
I don't want to
was
think
liking
too
that.
much tonight.
I never want to think, but the good topics he has us think about. Morgan says we all do it because we love helping people. That's the problem. It's not always about money, but would be nice. Ha ha. And that the problem is they forget that the people are doing it because you have a genuine interest in helping somebody. When you take stuff like Walmart or McDonald's, you don't have a genuine interest in frying a burger or, ringing somebody up for tampons.
Would you like fries with that?
Yeah, you don't
I
have
would
a
disagree
genuine
with that.
interest. Okay, what's
I
wrong?
always
Tampons
find right exactly.
Okay.
I find joy in ringing up tampons. Okay,
Jesus.
but
Do I
only
get
at,
the one
that's
with
the
wings
highlight of
or
his
the
day.
ones without?
only at CVS when I can hand you a mile-long receipt.
Oh my God! Yeah, you get them like stacks now too. It's weird
Right.
those receipts that you get out of there.
That's
You buy gum, you get this long ass receipt, and then just like 2 or 3 more printing under it and all this. Like you,
I just wonder how much CVS is responsible for deforestation.
they are responsible for deforestation.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
think
how
single-handedly.
much they took care of that. Well, hello there.
Say hi.
Hi.
Hi. I know you can't hear us right now because,
Yeah.
well, you don't have headphones, but hi. Oh, we've got a new guest on here. We got a new guest. How you doing tonight?
Good.
Good. So, how's everything going for you?
Good.
Do you like that guy holding you right now? Is he a good guy?
It's my daddy.
It is, so he must be a good guy. That's cool. You gotta be on the show. He's great. We love having him here.
Tomorrow I'm going to tomorrow I'm going to have an MRI.
Oh,
Really?
Those are fun.
Those are neat. Those are neat. You had one before?
Well, no, but I've had stuff that I've been in the hospital and they have put me to sleep and they took my tooth out
Oh,
Oh,
that's
nice.
just to make room for the new ones too.
and
Okay. All right. Say good night.
Well, good luck. It's fun. Enjoy tomorrow, okay? Yeah, those MRIs could be fun. They're neat.
Oh, I love them.
Yeah, they're really neat.
I'm weird, but
Like-
I love MRIs.
I actually do.
I fall asleep in every MRI I get. I'm like, free nap time? Hell yeah.
Right. Okay, we need you to turn a lot. No, you don't. I'm sleeping.
Nope. Okay, so we're going to set you down on this table, and then you're just going to don't move. And I'm like, okay, wake me up when you're done.
Right. They
So-
told me the one time, they like, we're going to have to do this again because you were moving. I said, I was asleep.
Yeah.
Right.
How could I move? I was sleeping.
Yeah.
The only
The
part that
last-
gets irritating is that don't move a single muscle.
Yeah.
The last time I went and got an MRI, I was at Beaumont, I think, and they had a VR rig. It was awesome because I just watched like Law and Order the whole time.
Really?
It was awesome. And I hope they do that everywhere because it was like, this is over?
Why do they
'Cause
need a full VR
I kind of want to
rig,
watch.
though? Why can't they just like...
I kind of want
I
to
can
watch the rest of this.
I can see those stupid lights like the entire trip, those little dots
But
and
you-
stuff like that.
But you can't because you're wearing the VR rig, and apparently that stuff
I mean, that's kind of
doesn't
smart. It
scan
throws
in
you
there.
off.
Totally. I had no issues whatsoever.
Did you like get that that immersion feeling at all?
No, because I mean, you could sort of see it out of the corner or whatever, but other than that, it just sort of, because I had headphones and all that stuff. So just completely immersed.
Wow.
Yeah. It was
Joe says
wicked.
he can't fall asleep during MRIs because of his sleep apnea. You can still fall asleep. You'll just stop breathing during it. And actually, that's a good way not to move during the MRI.
There
Yeah.
you go.
So it's actually a win. It's a winning situation.
I mean,
Plus, there are points where they tell you to hold your breath
They
Perfect.
did perfect. You are all
Yeah.
set for that.
for 2 minutes.
I know.
don't have to worry about that if you're not breathing.
Right.
Hold your breath. 2 minutes. You know I smoke, right?
Yeah.
I ain't holding my breath. Well, no, I actually enjoy them though. I think they're cool. But I like the idea. That's a really cool idea of having like something to play to get your mind off it. I would worry
Yeah.
about the immersion because like VR, it throws me off because I get that with VR when I'm using it. Period.
Well, this was
I
just,
forget there's a real world.
but this was just a TV at that.
Oh, okay. It was just okay.
So you're just watching. It's VR, but at that point you're just watching a television.
I got you.
You know.
Because that would be something that like maybe those, even though they didn't make it as big, like Google goggles and stuff would be good for.
Yeah.
Just put them on and you have the screen right there. You could choose to watch or veer your eyes away.
Right.
I like that idea. Speaking of different TV shows, you know, Masters of the Universe got remade.
What?
Yeah. Did you watch that yet?
No, I have not. I don't want to anymore. Have you
Why?
seen it?
No, not yet.
Yeah. Well, I'll spoil it for everybody.
Don't
Huh?
don't spoil it.
No, it's. I'm just gonna say, just based on what I've actually seen and what they did, that I actually, because I got caught up in watching reviews for it because I was like, oh, it's out. I want to watch it when I get home. And I thought, what's the harm in watching a Master of the Universe review? There's not really a spoiler thing and stuff like that. Yeah, there is. It's doing that Me Too shit that I'm so tired of movies doing. Why do you have to do it? Pretty much male characters are dumb, out, and it's all about females now.
Have you seen the first He-Man though?
No, it was a little homoerotic.
Little.
Yeah, but they had She-Ra too.
Mm-hmm.
But to understand what I won't go into the reasons behind it. But trust me, it can't be about He-Man anymore.
Okay.
When you watch it,
Are you being a sexist right now, Keith?
No, they killed off Prince Adam. So, yeah, there's.
Thank you.
But no, the spoilers everywhere. You'll see that it's not about him anymore.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
So it's
and
one of those
I was
shows?
so excited.
Like the
Now,
new Mad Max was.
Yeah, and I have no problem with women taking roles in movies and TV like this as other people did. I have a problem when they make every man a weakling to it and every woman's a strong, you never had to do that before. Terminator did the same thing, Dark Fate. Every man in that movie was evil, weak, or died. Every woman was strong, can complete this, no problem. Linda Hamilton had no problem being a strong woman. We all knew her to be that. She kicked the shit out of Arnold's character before. And Robert Patrick's character and all that other shit.
Yeah.
They were to kill him. And they're just going too far, and they did it to fucking He-Man. We have She-Ra. She-Ra's great. I watched both. I liked She-Ra. I liked He-Man when they were out. But they're doing that with a few different shows and movies now. And Bill's looking at... you haven't seen any of that yet, have you? Did you ever watch the original He-Man, Bill? I don't know how old you were at that time. You were probably in your 60s.
I used to watch the cartoon, and I've seen the original He-Man with Dolph Lundgren.
Oh, the movie.
Right,
That-
so-
okay.
Who's She-Ra?
I like
Is
it.
she the
It's a guilty
Jungle
pleasure.
Princess?
Yeah, she's basically He-Man's sister. She-Ra, Princess of Power.
Oh, I'm thinking of Sheena. Sorry.
Oh.
Sheena the movie was Beastmaster, and then there was Sheena or whatever with
Yeah,
Tanya
Sheena.
Roberts,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
tits and everything. So yeah, but
Yeah, Sheena. That's Sheena. Yeah.
The tits.
And the,
Yeah, I don't have.
there was some blonde chick that played Sheena of the Jungle on TV for a while. I don't remember who she was, but
who played what?
there was a blonde girl that was on TV. There was Sheena of the Jungle. There was a series on for a short amount of time after Beastmaster came out and stuff.
I don't remember that one. I remember Beastmaster for sure.
Eh,
Allison
before your
says,
time.
FYI, it's gorgeous out. I know. I was so tempted to actually do this outside. I was going to just try it off my laptop out by the pool.
It's 90 degrees out there. God.
Did you miss by the pool, hence in the pool?
Dip the toes.
Yep.
No, you'll just see my head against the side of the pool.
That would be a decent show.
You know what show I've
So-
seen recently? I just binged through, which was awesome, which was Ted Lasso.
I've heard
I've
Ted
heard
Lasso
good
was
things
really
It's a
good, yeah.
great show. It
Is this
a-
on that?
It's on Apple.
Okay, so it's not on that Plex you were talking.
It's not
about?
on Plex yet. I don't know why.
Okay.
Someone should get on that.
I believe it is, actually. Sorry. I'm just trying to recall, but I think it is.
Also, a quiet place 2 is quietly not on Plex, even though
on
it's on
Ultra.
Paramount Plus.
Yes, it is.
On Ultra.
Okay.
Can we not go through this? But yes, it is.
Okay.
Let me pull up my Plex account
I'll have
really
to
quick.
look.
I was gonna say I've got mine on my laptop right now. I'm gonna see.
I'll have
Yes.
to look. I'll have to look.
Yeah. You're accusing organizations of doing things without ever even looking.
Perhaps it's my menus that I'm misinformed.
Jan says it's beautiful in Texas too. It is. It's a beautiful day, bro. Considering the amount of rain we've had the last how long? Because we started the show talking about the flooding and stuff, and it's beautiful today. It's
Ted
hot.
Lasso is on. Okay. I'll
Nice.
have to watch that in Canada.
Do
Wow,
watch
what a
it.
shocker!
What
Hey,
was that
do
other
you-
one you were looking for?
I think it was called A Quiet,
Quiet Place
Part 2.
2.
Janet says, I've been watching Hollywood Graves. Fascinating. I've not
That's
heard
on there
about
too.
that.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Perhaps
Yeah,
my
so Shut your mouth.
Perhaps my memories are just out of date.
Oh, there's
Wow.
2 seasons of Ted Lasso?
Yeah.
The second one just started.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh wow. So updated too. That's good.
Yeah, yeah. So I can
good.
keep. Okay, that's good. I can keep up to date.
All right. I'm
We
gonna
should do
get
that.
flagged by all this shit right now. Like, what are you talking about? Who's... Anyway, Janet, what is Hollywood Grays? I've not heard of that. Does anybody know that one?
I've never heard of that one.
I haven't either. It sounds like something I would watch, just being called Hollywood Grays.
Was
So
I
is
watched that movie that I think Chaos something with what's his nuts and that other chick.
Yeah, that narrows it down really well.
Yeah. Dude, I
who the
love
fuck is in
every
those
I
movies?
love every movie that What's His Nuts is in.
It's what's his nuts and what's her tits.
What's Her Tits is a great actress.
No, she's not. She's just got tits. She's not a good actress.
What's Her Tits
what-
deserves
what-
an Academy Award.
Who the fuck am I? I'm bad with fucking actors' names.
Apparently,
Is it Tom Holland?
Okay.
Spider-Man?
Chaos
Oh
Walking.
yeah. Chaos Walking.
Yeah,
Walking.
that one.
That
Okay.
movie's yeah.
I thought that was a great movie. I
Oh, yeah?
thoroughly enjoyed it.
I have not seen it. I have not seen it yet.
I thought it was okay.
Give
The
it a
dogs
watch.
would probably watch Knock the Laptop in the Pool. Yeah, they probably would. I have to use my phone because it's waterproof.
I just wasn't crazy about the ending.
Fast and Nonplex. Yes. Oh my God! You know what, people? Okay, I was like,
Okay.
I don't know what this Plex thing is. You guys keep talking about,
I don't know.
but can we move on? All right.
Oh, Keith. Has anyone here ever gotten a mole removed from their head?
No.
It's a very weird thing.
Did you actually get it removed?
I did, yeah. I got it looked at, right? And she took one look at it and was like, yep, that's coming out. So they just fucking numbed it and then took a straight razor and just shaved it off my head.
Yeah, I got one removed from my belly a long time ago.
It was the weirdest thing ever.
Didn't hurt or anything?
I couldn't feel anything.
Did the numbing shot hurt?
It was just like a little burn.
Oh,
Because
that's
they
not bad.
numb like the mole itself.
Right.
So they numbed it and waited maybe about 2 minutes, and then took just like one of them fucking rectangular box razors and shaved it off my head. Went on the way.
At least they didn't have to dig any. So
No, luckily.
Well, that's
So
nice
they sent
to
it
know,
off to the
actually.
lab, and I should hear results within. Oh, I shouldn't hear anything if it's all good.
Right.
But
Well, you
she
should
said it
still
looked
hear
really.
positive or negative.
Well, I've got a follow up in a month that I'd hear the
Gotcha.
positive. I'd only get a call for negative things. So I'm hoping not to get a call.
Yeah, but I think that's so stupid. I would be waiting on a call to hear negative.
No.
Because not to get a call is like, I don't know, it's just not time to get a call yet, is it? You'd spend a month wondering. If
Oh,
it's just-
I don't care about that.
No, I mean, yours probably isn't that bad. I wouldn't.
Well,
I
she looked at it. She's like, "This is really weird. It looks inflamed. It looks like it's a mole on a wart on a something and whatever the fuck is going on there." And she's like, "How long have you had it?" I'm like, "I don't know. It's in the back of my head. I just got my hair cut short and felt the back of my head. I'm like, oh, that's weird." And I
glad you
came
got
in.
it. You gotta love those people who look at it, go, ooh, I want that. I'm gonna take that.
Yeah, she's like, "No, that's coming off." I'm like, "Cool." So now I got a patch of baldness and like scarring and stuff on the back of my head. It's really
Just
is it
a
a brown
patch?
mole or a red mole?
I think it was brown, dark brown.
It was brown.
See, I'm a redneck. I inherited from my dad red moles, and they told me as long as your red moles on your body are flat and they don't puff up like a brown mole, you're fine. If you get one that puffed up, you're in trouble. Which I don't understand any of that, but I mean, I've had them. They take cancer off my nose every year because I've got skin cancer,
Mm-hmm.
and they just go in there and go zip and take the end of it off. So it's like, don't take too much off.
Yeah.
All right.
But it was a fun adventure for me Friday.
That's cool. So you did have quite a bit this week. I mean,
It's
that's
been
kind of
busy.
interesting. It's kind of like when I went down south, and I'm like, I just think I got a piece of glass in my foot. She's like, oh, yeah. I thought they were just going to pull it out. No, we're going to numb it. We're going to like cut a chunk of your foot off to try to get this because we can't get to this.
Oh.
So I was like, and it was like getting infected. This is what they ended up doing. Same doctor visit.
Shit.
It's kind of nice though to go in, see the problem, get it done.
It's really nice because if I would have gone in, they've been like, "Oh, that doesn't look that good," but we're gonna just wait and see, come back in a little bit.
Right.
I would be more concerned about that than them just going, "You know what? Let's just take it off. Done.
Yeah.
Finished."
That's what I absolutely loved
No.
about it, and I was the same thing with the ball. So what else? Anything else on anybody's mind or anything like that? I don't.
Gabriel Iglesias has the virus.
Gabriel Iglesias has the virus.
Fluffy.
Yeah,
I thought Fluffy
he just
couldn't get
announced
the
it the
virus.
other day.
Fuck.
Yeah, Fluffy's got the virus.
I thought Mexicans couldn't get the virus. I thought it was a
How's
US
he
thing.
doing?
They haven't said which one it is, if it's the regular virus or if he's got the Delta strain or not,
Mm-hmm.
and he hasn't posted anything else.
Damn.
Oh,
You
boy.
think
I
that
actually
strain
got it
is an
from
issue?
Tony Martin, so
You ever
Things
seen
so
that
heavy to
dude's
shut down again?
Volkswagen bug museum?
No.
Yeah, he's got like a full museum of bugs.
Wow.
Aren't they all the same, just different colors?
No,
Mm-hmm.
different body
got
styles and
buses.
stuff throughout the years.
buses.
Yeah,
Oh,
buses. Yeah,
I
Like a
want,
bus.
I want a
Oh.
VW bus so bad.
yeah, he's got a ton of them.
How many bugs do they make? How many years? were
It's
they
just the
making
one,
them?
but they
no.
changed the body style over the years.
He's got different
Well, that's
years
what I mean.
of the
But how
buses.
many? I
and
mean, how many years
they're-
they make is what I'm asking. How many years do they actually
been-
make the bug?
They still make it, don't
For
they?
6 years, I
No, they
think.
stopped
No.
it. They stopped it a couple years ago.
Oh, okay.
But it was
I thought they
one of
stopped
the
it and brought
longest
it back,
production
didn't they?
vehicles ever.
They never did. I thought for some reason they had stopped it and then brought it back at one point.
Yeah, they stopped it because it was a dangerous vehicle, and then they sort of redid it. It don't kind of look like a cabriolet, you know. After they revamped it, and it just didn't have the same appeal, so they killed it.
Definitely, Joseph, get those removed along with plague in the veins. Yeah, get anything you got.
Now
take
you
care
guys
of what
got
you
me. I'm
can.
gonna be checking my whole body later on tonight.
Well, when I went there, they're like, we recommend
So will I,
going
but for a
to
much
a
different
dermatologist and getting a full body check once a year.
Yeah,
Right?
How
Just
bad
pretty
is
much having
bad?
someone look at your moles all on your body.
I should do that because I'm in the
I don't know
sun
what
10
pad
hours a
is.
day.
What is PAD? Why do I not know what that? What
Put
is
in place.
PAD? Am I missing it here? No.
PAD. How bad is PAD?
Peripheral artery disease?
Oh, is that what it is?
I just typed in PAD on the Google machine and it came up with peripheral
Oh,
artery
you have a Google
disease.
machine? That's
I
awesome.
do. It's right up here. So that's when I look up here, I'm looking at my Google machine.
That's that black globe.
I mean, it could be bad. If that's what it is, I know a few different artery diseases out there. I don't know if PAD covers them all or not, or if it's a certain type particularly. For some people, it doesn't affect them at all. It's just a matter of it causes different visual issues, and for some people, it can be a very serious situation. That's something that we can never tell you really, but you definitely have to ask your doctor about.
Yeah, the Mayo Clinic says it's a common circulatory problem in which narrowed arteries reduce blood flow to your limbs, which sounds pretty fun.
Yeah, pulmonary artery disease is what it is. Janet, yes, we did send out your shirt. Should be there shortly. I can top that. You were born with one kidney. I've heard that. I heard that before. It's nothing, Allison. Flex is nothing. Moving on.
It's peripheral artery disease. With
Yeah,
it.
yeah, it's
Yep.
yeah. We'll
Oh,
go with that.
pulmonary.
What is this Plex you speak of? What the hell is wrong with you guys?
It's a really fun thing. Mm-hmm. That
So yeah, I was like,
rude. I said that magic happens.
oh,
Yeah,
okay,
magic.
okay,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Jeez, come
I
on.
didn't know. I want to keep this show.
Of course.
I like it.
Of course.
So, but yeah, as far as Joe was saying with his PAD, just get it checked out. You're still young, it looks like. It's really cool. I'll explain it to you more shortly, Allie.
Yeah, I
unless
guess if you're a
Bill ever
smoker,
did.
you should quit smoking if you have that pulmonary artery.
Well, you know-
Definitely.
They say always quit smoking, even if you're a healthy person, because it's not good for you.
Yes. Any sort of circulatory
Right, we don't
disease.
do things that are bad for us.
No, this is just Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Water. Oh, it really is Coke. You're on the wrong show. All right. Well, I mean, it wasn't. That's better. I already knew you got the peppermint shop. Saying, Gabe, let's see what he's going to pull out.
Ooh,
All right.
fancy.
Gabe's got the Corona.
The beer, not the virus.
The beer, exactly.
So yeah, that's what I was asking too. Do you think we're looking towards another shutdown?
We better
I think
fucking
that-
not.
I'm on your side with the we better not, but with this new variant, states are already starting to pull back restrictions. Or,
Well, of course. I mean,
redo
if
restrictions.
we do here in Michigan, they're going to.
Yeah.
Well, they already have, and we haven't done it yet in Michigan.
Wow.
I guess my question is how well are they doing the tracing these days?
I don't think anybody's doing tracing anymore.
Right. So these sort of numbers and things like that, how can they honestly sort of produce the same type of accurate numbers that they were doing when everybody was kind of in place and you were able to sort of monitor it better, you know?
I don't know actually.
Is it more just guesswork at this point?
Well, all I know
You know-
is. Oh, go ahead, Bill.
Around here, when I got the virus, and I let everyone know that I had the virus, and I called everybody I was supposed to call, and did everything I did, they told me actually, it's like, if so many people call from one of those places that you were at and have the virus, then we'll trace it. I said, well, you won't have to trace it if they all call you. You'll know they all got the
Yeah.
damn virus there. And I didn't understand that, so
Huh. I don't know. I don't think it can
and
go
he
back.
knows where I was at when I got in trouble, and now they don't let me back into that place. So, which I don't give a shit, but
No, who cares about them anymore?
Well, there's a certain point too, right, where they just, I mean, where you just have to get back to work, and you look at it like it is the flu, even though it's not. Where they're trying to get the 70% vaccines so that they can sort of say, well, that's it then, right? At this point, we can stop doing shutdowns because even if there are breakthroughs and things like that, we've hit this number, and now it's sort of every man for himself, and hopefully we can get to the point.
I mean, if the data's true, but you have either people who believe the data or don't believe the data. That's the problem. You don't have any people that really look at it.
Then it depends on what data they're looking at, because they'll believe the same concept on one side,
again,
but then
it's-
they'll say it's not on the other side.
The bullshit, and they don't watch the guys from the CDC saying, "Hey, the Delta
Yeah.
virus is out there now, and we may need to go back to wearing masks for a little while until we find out how we can conquer this."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And that was part of Dr. Fossey, whatever the fuck his name is,
Fauci.
that said on TV. So
If I saw 30-40% of people wearing masks, I don't think that'd have to be an issue. But the thing is they tried that. They did the honor system for the first few weeks. You saw half the people wearing masks, half the people weren't. And now nobody does, and nobody cares anymore. And
I see people, they wear their mask or whatever, but they're going in grocery stores, or going in gas stations or whatever, and they're just grabbing a hold of the handles and going in there and stuff. And then they walk over to the gas pump and they take their mask off with that hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, and that's
What
one
do
of the
you do
reasons.
yourself?
That's one of the reasons that I don't really necessarily agree with the mask mandate, right? Because you get these people who they have a mask on, and then they're touching everything and touching their mask, and then touching everything and touching their mask. So it's putting everything directly on their mask, and they end up touching their face more wearing a mask than they would if they didn't
it's
have a
just that
mask.
we didn't learn anything. That's the biggest problem. I don't care. I don't think it should be mandated. But the problem is we're not smart enough to decide that on our own. As
Well-
a society, like we should be able to say, "Hey, I didn't get a shot. I'm going to wear a mask," and we should be able to say, "Not washing our hands used to be an issue. So let's go back to taking care of things." And how many people got sick the last year and a half if it wasn't Corona?
So the point where
Most people didn't get sick.
Yeah. Well, the point where I appreciate the masks is if someone's one of those disgusting people that doesn't cover their mouths when they cough or sneeze. And, if someone is sneezing next to me, and I've been in houses because our mandate still applies when it comes to work. And when I went to Dave and Buster's today, me and Abby, still wore a mask, sort of going around. But in those little instances where I do have to sneeze or a customer sneezes or something like that, in those minutes, it's like I appreciate
Yeah.
that. That way, it's not just flying out.
Oh,
into the
for
air,
sure.
But that's what I'm talking about. I'm like, that would be the common sense thing. But you
Right.
cannot trust that. Like I said, if I saw like 40% of the people out there wearing masks, then I would have faith in common sense. And that you don't have to mandate things. Things doesn't have to be law. But you don't see that. You see everybody's not wearing them, so half of them just don't give a fuck. And half of them do. They've gotten vaccinated or whatever, based on numbers, based on data that, regardless where you get it from. But I'm not. If I saw a good portion of people wearing, I'm like, okay, we can trust people to do the right thing. But no, you can't anymore. You shouldn't have to mandate it, but you do. I just don't want to go through all this shit all over again.
No.
I don't think anybody does.
I think there's some people that do because they can collect more unemployment.
That's true.
Well,
It's like,
fuck those people. 'cause-
Fuck those guys.
But the thing is, the thing they're saying now is because the Delta virus is actually a different strain
Hmm.
and the bodies don't fight it the same. That's why they're talking about stuff saying, hey, we may have to do this again and everything like that. And that's why, it's a movie. It's a movie. But
Yeah.
I told people, I said, if you want to see something, I said, you watch Outbreak. All right? I said, it's an old movie, Dustin Hoffman in it.
it's
I
the
said, but
best
it tells you
example.
what viruses do. Because
Yeah.
people don't understand that viruses, any kind of virus mutates, and they don't understand that COVID's been around, not this one, but COVID's been
No,
around
but
for
COVID's
years
been around
and
for-
years and years and years and years.
Coronavirus has been around for, decades. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, you could buy a bunch of things. Coronavirus is listed on the back of it as kills coronavirus because there's so many different forms and variants of it.
Right.
And you're right about Outbreak. Outbreak is the best example of how viruses get spread and how that was a really well done movie.
And how the government screws shit up, too.
Yeah, which they do. I like I said, I hope it doesn't go back. They're saying, of course, those who are vaccinated, of course, do not get it as bad. There's still most people who are getting sick and dying are those that are unvaccinated, which is good. So they have data on that, believe it or not. Whether or not you choose to believe it or not, which is good. So it's progress in the right direction. But as you can't trust people to do the right thing, when does government stand in or don't? I don't want an answer because I don't want to turn into a big political debate on this, but it's really hard to decide.
Yeah.
If
Well-
I still washing your hands is like a thing of the past again.
Isn't
Well,
that
even
more
during there's sick fucks that don't
Right.
wash their hands ever.
And it's a large percentage of those people that didn't want to wear the masks. I mean, there's obviously, I agree with certain people when it comes to that, but yeah, a lot of those people are just dirty motherfuckers that are just looking to go back to the old ways.
But
of
when
not
this all first started,
washing their hands,
we were trying, and we were
Right.
Some of us.
realizing.
some
that-
of us.
Well, I mean, not necessarily as far as the mask or anything, but as far as the cleanliness goes. A lot of us were trying. A lot of us got, we went into that sanitizer shit. We started washing our hands regularly. We were doing other steps. And I thought we had a good portion of the people doing that. And now it's like we forgot.
Right, but people grow up and they never wash their hands. I mean, shit, think
Yeah.
about the times that you were at the bar, in the bathroom, you fucking take a leak, you're over there washing your hands, some guy just takes a leak and he goes, hey man, how's it going? And he goes to shake
yeah.
your hand.
Right.
You either pick and choose, say, get away from me, you sock him in the teeth. So,
But I mean, that happens. If you choose to shake his hand, well, that's on you. It
I would,
happens.
for my personal preference is I never shake hands in the bathroom.
There's not really anything you should
That's
be shaking.
that's yeah.
That is not, yours. But it's like, not in the bathroom. But that's kind of your choice, and that's a risk. But I did see people as they were walking out, and when they went to do things, they would just naturally start grabbing sanitizers and stuff because there's stations all over the place now.
Yeah.
And everywhere you go, they're everywhere. And
But,
I saw progress, and now I'm seeing it recede.
a lot of the grocery stores have taken it out already. You go to Kroger in Hazel Park, there's no more hand sanitizer there for you.
Because
Wait,
it's too expensive.
Kroger had
go to
hand
Dave's Market?
sanitizer and shit by like the
There's
bottle
no
return and
hand
stuff forever.
sanitizer, so it used to be right there inside the door. You used it, and they had
Yeah.
wipes, and you could wipe
Yeah.
down the cart. It's not there anymore. Dave's
That was
Market
there
has
before
nothing.
coronavirus.
I was at a bar on Thursday, and I went, and there was somebody that ran into the bathroom and urinated real quick and bolted out the door and didn't even process that there was a sink there with water in it and soap.
Yeah, it's gross. Anyway,
On
I don't
Thursday,
wanna get into
that's that one.
oh, Thursday.
That bar.
Oh, okay.
Thursdays?
Thursday's party. Anyway,
That's a
it's
good
been a good topic. It's been a good show.
TGI Thursdays.
We pretty much
Oh, just to tell you something real quick.
yeah.
Jackie Mason just passed away too.
Mm.
I didn't hear that.
You guys know who Jackie Mason is?
Yes.
Yes, but I didn't hear that.
Older man, redheaded comic, Caddyshack 2.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I did not
Jackie
know
Mason
about that.
was a big stand-up comic out in Vegas for years and years and years.
A buddy of mine was in a movie with him.
Cool. I honestly didn't know that though. I just heard that. I'm sorry, it was just dead silence after you said that. I didn't know what to say for a minute. I was like, it was just one of those moments where you're talking and you say something, everybody gets really quiet, like you just said the worst thing in the world. Okay,
But I
well,
love
R.I.P.
Jackie Mason.
R.I.P.
but I agree. I didn't know he died. That is sad. All right, while you're here, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, follow, you know, all that shit. We're not even going through all this. So you can chat live, chat anytime, all that other shit. Call into the show. You can't call in because the website's down. We don't know why. This has been our open forum show. That was my big introduction there.
Who handles that website though?
Thank you, Allie.
Just gonna say I'm gonna let my beard grow until it's long as everybody else's, and it's gonna be like this. And it'll take me like 3 days.
Do it.
All right. Well, I expect to see you here Wednesday.
We should all start now, and then we'll come back for like a Christmas show.
I'll start growing mine too.
Okay. Yeah, you got to work
This
on that
is-
a little bit.
Yeah, it's not that long. It doesn't grow any longer though.
Yeah, I know it's a bummer.
It just stopped.
Oh, you get to a certain distance and that's it.
This is all I got.
This
Yeah,
will
see,
grow. This won't.
I mean, Keith probably tell you I can grow a beard in 2 days, and you can see it already. Like that. I mean, so this is from I shaved Wednesday night.
You're boring, Allie. Just so you know.
I think that was more of a reference to ZZ Top,
Tell her
but
shut
ZZ
up.
Bill. That's
I
how
like
I
it better
took
my
it.
way. It is easy, Bill.
Oh, you upset him. Now he's walking away.
All right. Well, that's the end of the show anyway. So I was like, he like totally left, but he didn't turn it off, so we're okay. Goodbye, Allie says. Thank you again for being here, of course. Our next topic coming up on Wednesday is a young mind in an aging body. It's basically about getting older, whether you happen to be 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. No matter how old you are, sometimes that mind just feels like you're still young. And how do you get through those times? Do you just accept it, or do you fight with it? And can we kind of
That's your whole life. That's
escape
what
the
life is.
preconception, whatever, the preperceptions that of how you have to be as you get older, a young mind and an aging body, and it's true. And I'm sure even at 30 years old or 40, you start to feel it, where you're like, you want to do something, and suddenly your back says, "No, you're not doing this. Not for a few weeks.
Yep.
Maybe
I'm
not
still
again."
unbreakable. Unless I go to
Right.
pick up a golf ball and throw my back out.
Right. How'd that knee surgery go?
Which one? First one or the second one?
There you go. So yeah, a lot of things change. Hopefully we'll see you there on Wednesday. Thank you for joining us. Return every Wednesday and Sunday for I almost said karaoke.
Good times.
For our shows. Good times with your shoulder voice.
Maybe
I'm
we'll start
out
some
of it
karaoke.
tonight. I'm out of it tonight. I'm out of it. So that's okay though. We'll see you all again soon. Thank you again for being here. Bye.
Bye.
Adios.
Hey guys, Keith Lippin here for Ear Shoulder Voice. While you're here, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and follow so you can be notified of all our upcoming broadcasts that we'll be bringing to you live every week. Or head on over to our brand new social network and website, earshouldervoice.com, where you can be notified of all our show schedules, suggest new topics, join others like you in a judgment-free zone, or be a guest panelist yourself. Well, that was a show.
Woohoo!
That was a show.
So Gabe, you had said something about karaoke on one of these shows. Would that be feasible?
Are there standards? Probably, right? There's some royalty-free standards out there. Everybody would probably be singing like Frank Sinatra or something.
Some
We've
jazz
had people
standards?
sing on this show.
Yeah. Yeah, but can we do like live karaoke on the show?
We've had people sing live on this show.
Trivia.
You sang live on the show.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Nope, never happened.
Yes, you did.
Yes.
I don't remember that.
Yes,
All
you
right.
did. Black orb messing with your head.
Where is this fucking black orb?
That's weird. I see it, but yeah.
So while you guys
Where?
have the credits running, I got Phil Army on the TV down here,
Uh-huh.
and it's about the pets and stuff like that. And the cats were just on there, and the dog attacked the TV and knocked it over.
Nice. Like
yeah,
on
so
the
with the
video, or
girl,
you
they're
got
going
your,
to be really happy because they blew out her TV. So
wait, the real TV, or
Yeah.
so your actual the TV in that room.
yeah, there's a TV down here, and
Okay.
like I said, I had Phil Army on there.
Yeah.
And she was watching it. She was laying right here next to me, and then all of a sudden she got up. She like went over there and just jumped up and hit the TV and knocked it off the shelf.
Oh well, you are not.
That's
gonna
no fun.
Be allowed to watch that those. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. It ain't gonna matter. Still. Yeah, but we've sang live on here, so we could do that if you wanted to. But
Could be fun.
Trivia live.
I
agree.
worked on an entire Trivia Live thing, and then we opened back up, and then we closed back down again a couple months later. I forgot everything I did and worked up to that point, and I was never able to finish it.
I'd be into that.
I really wanted to do it. It was a really cool setup. I thought it was. It really captured a lot of what Trivia Bomb is. But yeah, I might work on it again. I'm so flustered with everything I'm trying to get going. I'm trying not to take on too much shit anymore. Because that's what I was doing. I had 5-6 different projects going on. I just couldn't keep up because I'm getting old. And it sucks.
It's all in your mind.
Well, that and my fucking body and the years I've been there and on my ID and everywhere else.
Join us
Bodies are
next week, and we'll be talking about it.
Oh, yeah. There's a whole show about that.
That's right. That's right. The Young Man and an Aging Body. That one.
Yeah, that one. I think you
think
talked
that's coming up.
about it.
I think I mentioned it really briefly.
Something about like Wednesday?
Yeah, that